It's the best idea to kind of separate it into different forms. But so be it. Because I'm in part gonna just look around, but it's worth discussing. I'm super high, by the way. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm just having some fun, I guess. I was out. No, not. And, okay. So let's get to this. Welcome. Some shit going on that's not cool. Not cool, dude. I don't know how to put it. It's fucking heinous. Let's click this bridge over here. Litany River is so crucial, so this must be the Litany River. 2024 Jewish Insider. Israel's red. Oh. They want to make sure they know who's reading, I guess. Why is the Litany River so crucial in the war against Hezbollah? River running separates southern Lebanon from the rest of the country has loomed large in discussions of the war. Of course, it's framed in the context of Hezbollah. Okay, let's. How do I? What is this dude's name? Not there. I feel like, oh, Adams. Pardon me. What was it called? Fuck, I know there's like a place to see journalists, maybe Muckrack. That doesn't look like how it is, though. To see, like, just a list of their articles. I don't know how to find it. Okay, so this river that has bridges is here. 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 And it has bridges. And I was thinking, well, there's a river there. In my last video, I discussed how I was mentioning that to someone, like, this is their objective. That's why they are like that. Where they're using this buffer zone as a cover for here's the buffer zone in Gaza and Egypt. Buffer zone adjacent to Gaza. Buffer zone. October 2023. littered with pits in a walled off area. By June 2024, and then the pits are gone. Pits, several pits, right at the side of the roads. One of them at the end of a road. La, da, 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 da. That just are gone, like so. October, and then they're dug all generally after or around starting May 2022. And then they dig them, and then they reach their greatest size and structure and count around October 2023, and then June 2024 they're just all infilled because it's fucking heinous and the whole area is surrounded by a wall. And Israel has commenced a ground invasion into this area. Wonder if they're capturing anyone. And then they bombed systematically from the north to the south. And evacuation order told them to go south. So they concentrated everyone down here, and then they invaded specifically from this thing pretty much to like remove eyewitnesses. Eyewitnesses, no eyewitnesses. And then notice over here, October 2023, August 2023, May 2022, right when those pits are being dug. So the pits are being dug. And then this area, as if someone had foreknowledge of a need for a lot of storage and perhaps wanting some to be under protection. And then October 2023, and then June 2024. It's like blatant. So they're doing that shit in the Egyptian buffer zone, and then they say, this buffer zone word has gotten through, we're gonna do it again. Buffer zone. And it's a buffer zone, it's... And then they say, that they're like, how do we make this buffer zone? So if you look, let's just like look at Lebanon and their chosen buffer zone. So I freaking struggle understanding where exactly without this. Maybe I can do like that. There we go. Here's the border, and then I guess the buffer zone. Let's compare. Rat al Bayada. over to Kunlin. Along some margin, probably all natural though. Like along the river or whatever. This road. Up to this road. And then I specifically opened this because it does have elevation down here. So we can kind of look around. So this goes down, back up, about 700 meters. The drop to 550, so about 150 meters from the high point down, and then back up to the next high point. So they basically stop here and go along here, up along this margin, and then cut into this area to have this chunk. And then I'm looking at Israel itself, and I'm like this move where this border is like not here, where they got this section. It's such a fucking this move. It really benefits this move to have free flow all the way up to basically the bend. And they're literally just like saying, instead of this, we want this. And then probably like start moving certain ways based on the geology though. So I was kind of like, what is going on in the geology here? And it looks like this is Israel, the red and gray, and maybe the area that goes inward is around this green and aqua color. Green says fluvio, deltaic sandstones overlain by thick marine limestones, and aqua says chalks and limestones. I don't know. I mean, it sounds relatively diggable, but I was like, maybe I could find some like street views, and that's when I noticed, oh, there ain't shit here. It's like there's Israel, like it's defined in the street views, and then this area is like it doesn't exist in the street views. It's very odd. This is all odd, especially maybe even up to here. Like this area is maybe restricted from documentation for some reason. But there are some, so we can like look down at this river, the Litani River. I think that's, or maybe not. It did. Like, this looks chill. Dude, this looks, this must be awesome to just bike through here. It's fucking neat. And then tanks, fucking missiles. There's some pretty good pictures I stumbled on, but they're limited, so we probably can find them. So it seems like they're going up to here, wrapping around, so like where that road is, I guess. And I noticed, you know, you don't really need to dig a pit here. Like, let's say, you just kind of choose an area and flatten the shit out of it. Like, shove material from up here into some valley. Somewhere where it's like optimal. I mean, there's all these divots that weren't really there in the Rafa area. So they fucking made them, but maybe they don't even need them here. I don't know if they're like, that's manageable, but I was like, let's see, if we just like measure across, okay, that's pretty big. That spot's pretty big. But let's also measure the pits. Like, they're not small either, like this one. Here's a scale, so maybe I'll try to get it the same size as this scale. I mean, I guess I can do kind of like this. And turn it. Something in that range. 264. Maybe even more. Not, probably not quite that much, but maybe pushing 300 feet in diameter. So this is no small endeavor either to infill. It's just like fucking push it back, fill it back up. Maybe take some from somewhere else even. Because I did like stuff like this in the hole. Okay, before I get like focused on this area, so I just out of curiosity and thinking too much about what might be happening there. Out of curiosity, I thought, well, if they box off this area by just like having it be restricted by a river, like people can still come and go if there's bridges or ways across. I mean, they can walk too, probably, and like in places make it, and maybe it's not flowing completely every time. There's definitely ways beyond it that seem maybe like there's ways to get past, but it's super restrictive, like almost by foot. At which point, like if they want to be picking off people by feet, like they just need to be kind of secretly extending themselves in there without talking about it in the media until it's some excuse where like, oh, Hezbollah did this, whether or not it happened or they did it themselves or whatever thing, it doesn't matter. They just then are like, okay, we're like taking over this area, and kind of acknowledge what was already happening. But so I thought, well, if there's bridges, maybe they can make it out. And I'm like, Litany River Bridge. Last bridge. Destroy Israel. Pause. Dot la da 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 da. Destroys. Duck, dodge, dip. Last bridge over Litany River. And then, if you listen to them, why did they do it? To cut off supplies for Hezbollah. Oh, Hezbollah. We gotta cut off the supplies. Bridges are the way they're getting the supplies in. Totally disregard that there's civilians and assume that there's Hezbollah. Like there's legitimately not some in-placed puppet doing the bidding of their overlord. The real reason they did this is so people can't fucking leave. That's how they are. That's what they showed in Egypt. And so, like, literally days ago, I'm like, they're gonna call it, like, take a region and call it a buffer zone. And they fucking called it a buffer zone. I don't know if it was in the context of like the area that they were taking. I think it was just that they were taking Lebanon land and occupying it militarily. But I just said they're gonna call it a buffer zone because they want to fucking kill people there. And then this shape protrudes out, and it's just in the north. So, like, there's like a gradient of like safety. That's maybe like not safe. This area, like this direction, is not safe in this fucking state of things. Over here, maybe more so, but like even over here, not so much as over here. Because they're fucking near what's gonna be pits like they did in Egypt. And then they're just gonna tell some bullshit tale while they round people up, fill in the pits, and then just go forward over there. And say this at some point, not like immediately, but like years down the road after having occupied it for a time. Maybe not years, but if things speed up, maybe not years. But for a time, they're gonna just occupy it until they've like removed the people. And then they say, okay, we removed the people. Israel. And then they just start fucking like talking about it passively. Israel's new borders, blah 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 blah. And just like lull as much as possible people that are not paying attention. People to sleep about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Israel's new borders. Fucking ignoring entirely, perhaps not knowing, but perhaps, that they're fucking committing actual genocide. This seems like a good spot for them because they have their own territory as sort of a blocking outsiders. This is buffer zone over here. Claim. And then this is the protrusion, and then here's the river that has had all of its bridges bombed. And then, so like over here, there's a road. I don't know if this is probably also bombed. So like, if someone wanted to, maybe this is a spot where they could. What is happening? What did I do? My mouse is like stuck. There we go. Oh no, I did it again. What the fuck? Oh. I got this pen. And I'm touching it. I'm touching the thing. What the fuck? It looks almost like a road. Is that a road? Where's the... Where is the river? Oh, here we go. Maybe that is a river. It's just kind of dirty in this moment. Coming on down. Bridge probably destroyed then. So what the fuck are people gonna do? This is a legit river. There's a dam here, so maybe like that's not like car traversable. Comes over here, comes over here, comes through here, and finally, like, okay, you can go this way. So like, this is how to go, and then like, what's Israel do to people out here? So they kinda, who knows? It certainly greatly restricts people's capacity to leave. To actually say, as much as I want to be here, I don't want to fucking die in what's gonna happen. You guys are definitely gonna just kill us and steal our shit, destroy everything. Like, some people feel that way, and they're just, or somewhere along the line, like their house is destroyed. Now what? I'll go live with someone else up. Their house is destroyed too. We're all fucked. Well, I guess we'll go north. No, we won't. Well, I guess we have to swim the river. I mean, maybe they can freaking construct some sort of rafts for people. It would, but like, how are people even gonna get there? And then they're traveling in this like atmosphere of who the fuck knows what's happening? Bombs dropping. It's fucked up. And it seems like this is the pit spot. Clicking kind of fast through this. Interesting. I don't. Kind of makes me think of like South America. Cool, cool. I'm just like, food. So I guess there's some kind of military thing here. Where are we looking now that we know there's some kind of military thing? UN. UNP. UN. Holy shit, dude. They got it like, look, dude. Don't bomb us. We're the UN. It's so visible. Holy crap. The UN is already set up shop here. What is even going on here then? Like, did they get kicked out? Are they just there while Israel calls it a buffer zone? Like, what in the fuck? UN wall. Wall looks kind of similar to the friggin' Gaza wall. Like, is this, some pre-planted shit where they've just invaded already in their hotspot and are, like, preparing? Those people didn't seem involved. I mean, I could certainly freaking use a big area like this and just kind of get dirt from around. Fucking heinous, just like in Egypt. Turn something like this into something completely else, different. Like, what? And just not dig pits. Just like, maybe. Like there. Just not dig pits, just shove shit over top it. Now we've got a nice, stable, flat area. Just collapses downward and reveals the bodies later. Ugh. Wow. What the? So let's kind of look at just the Earth. I don't know what I'm doing. Just like maybe I can look around, get an idea of the layout, and try to understand what the fuck they're doing. Like, this makes sense. Here's the Israel border. Here's Israel, I mean, Babylon. And then here's some like high stuff. 700 up, 783 says low. Crazy. Oh yeah, these are low spots. It looks totally opposite. But regardless, they're barriers. And just kind of, this looks like a nice little go down this way to invade kind of route. There's not much obstruction. There's actually an avenue. And then anyone like over here does have some obstruction. I guess they can go out this way. Cool, just looking at the roads. I don't know. There's totally a before and after to this too. I don't know if this is before. Let's see. Yeah, just fucking go along here. Oh, their border goes all the way up here. What in the fuck? Look at this shit. Up to their, up to here, and then literally onto here. And then, what the fuck is this? Road. Huh. Like blue line, but no obstructions, so we can cross it when at will. Oh my god. And they're just up to it, like regularly. Let's see. This even goes straight up. Boom. And back to it. Just looking for freaking cutting across. Like, But yeah, this area is definitely makes sense. I wonder if they even invaded from like up here. That looks pretty boopable. 1 meter difference. If that. Like they could just. Oh, it's a couple meters down. I don't know. It looks possible they could just freaking cut over to the adjacent road. That's fucking insane. How slimy. They got this road and then they're like, we're gonna build our road up to your road. I don't know if that's how it happened. Let's see if that's how it happened. uh, it's really Israel and not the people they claim to represent. I mean, certainly people involved, but not people not involved. Where is it? Oh. Here. Okay. Let's see. Check out these roads. Oh, one of them looks dirty and no. Oh, that shit's a dirt road. Maybe? It's hard to say. Looks like it keeps like going back and forth almost. Okay, it's a dirt road there. So they got a road. Their neighbor is building a road just fucking right along the whole thing. Just across the border. Easy access. Long time ago. I don't know. I'm not. I might be misrepresenting it. I don't know. Hard to say. It's in terms of sequence. It depends on sequence. And I don't know. Maybe it depends on also location. Is this a border? Where's the border up here? UN 2000 blue line. Maybe there's some ups. There's plants, so it's probably not much of a barrier. Maybe there's some kind of wall. Oh my god. Oh. We found one. That's on the Lebanese side. Let's see. Like, is it just below it? must be. It must be below it. Oh, that's 10 meters down at that spot. So weird. Two fucking roads right adjacent the whole way. And the bottom one is connected to a bunch of dirt roads. So there's definitely like places to see far. Places that people could like if some shit was going on over there and they were not occupying right here, that it would be relatively visible. Let's see. Maybe topography map. I think if I just do this. There we go. Where's the border? Must be here. So that border shares high ground. And then kind of slopes down into Lebanon or into Israel, but much lower over here. And then here, where's that river? This must be the river. Or is that the border? No, that's the border. Here's the river. Here's the river. It's not like lower than this, really. It is lower than over here some, but it's pretty far to this. It's also a low area here, blocked by higher stuff. Like this area seemed pretty feasible, depending on what the hell's happening. Here. $10 meters. looks like it might even be a river, but I don't know if it is. It just looks like a wash area. I mean, that looks like straight roads, building. It doesn't really look like water goes through it on the regular. That looks like kind of what I would expect to see in this area. And not that this is that, but it kind of looks like it, damn. Like a friggin' lighter color material that's on top of something, and then some other stuff on it, and then additional layers on top of that. And just like fill the crevices in places. 500, 520, 520, so that's like 15 meters, not too much, to the bottom. Whatever the fuck's down here, we can sacrifice whatever this is. We're willing to sacrifice it to just fill it. We're glad it's there. Fill it up, and then just shove some shit over top it. Maybe even literally take the houses, shove the debris, anything that goes with it, and just shove it over there. And then at some point, it's created enough flat area to put more finer grain, like materials that are then exposed, and just freaking kill two birds in one stone. And literally change the terrain to commit genocide. That looks intentionally soily. Yeah, that looks pretty. I guess it's got a lot of rocks. It's definitely harder to dig in, but machinery can move these things pretty good. Enough to fill a crevice and just fucking shove things. I don't know. I'm just thinking about it like realistically, is this the best terrain? This is actually in the south a bit. But I'm assuming it's like identical. Until further notice. That's pretty big. Pretty big gap. Pretty big gap. How big does it look here? Let's see. Oh, 0.2. Okay, 0.2 is super large then. mean, it's definitely not top to top, but it's probably not necessary. Definitely some possibilities. So then, let's say they take this, and then the buffer zone, like over here somewhere. What do they do next? This looks like it's actually taller. So, just looking at this, there's kind of a barrier here, and then a avenue this way, or this way, and then another barrier. So they could go in here, and go through here, and up through here. Oh my god. Through here, where, I don't even know where the hell these places are. Where am I looking at? Still Lebanon. Up to here is, at which point, where, I don't even know where this is either. Syria. Literally don't know without looking larger. Okay, that's Syria. I'm like, la la la, look at the maps. Close inspect, so we'll inspect a little closer. So there's a bit of Syria, and then there's Turkey. So they take over this, and then let's say they go this way first, to Beirut. And keep going through here. I'm not sure that they would do all this. I don't know. But clearly they're taking down here. That's their objective, is to this river. And, I mean, is there another, like, just fucking river? Zayrani River. Let's see. Zayrani River Bridge. People try crossing damaged bridge 1 day ago. This Zayrani River, specifically the key bridges crossing, okay, the nearby Litani River. Okay, not, I gotta find it specifically, I guess, not just some AI overview. Let's see if this is... Zira. It must be this. Oh. Okay, that's the Litani River. Whether or not they're attacking any bridges here, that does seem like another, like, next step, another chunk here. Just go like not to Beirut, but to here. And then maybe start to go in here and kind of create another chunk here. But then they got this avenue that kind of, if this is any indicator, they leave the coastal area and actually go around it to encompass it. So, to encompass over here, it would make sense for them to go down through here. Through, I don't know these places. Like, I've heard of other places here. You know what I mean? Like, if we look at it, they're not as big. It's a lot of just like good land, probably, relatively. So they probably want that too, like, obviously. They want to take it, so they want to extend that way. So I want to be surprised if they take to here. And this is kind of where this restricts Lebanon from crossing, like, its main body. Even though this is Lebanon, like, the heart of Lebanon cannot as easily get to in here. So they could do another long wraparound that actually reaches up to the northern border and to Turkey, and like go over here. At that point, they've surrounded the rest. Sorry guys, if anyone's like, when the fuck is this dude on? I already told you. They want to take this too. They're doing it in other ways, it seems, or so far. It's fucking ridiculous. Let's see, they take this area. Let's look at this map again. And then it goes over to Clam. Lebanon? Of course not. Maybe. Probably. Oh, look at that. Basically, extends just into there. It's like going to here. This is our buffer zone. To here, down into and around here. Destroy these bridges. Greatly reduce people's capacity to leave. Kill them in ditches over here. And then extend over here after this is just Israel. In all but name, at least. And then extend up here. Off of what is their freaking buffer zone claim that they've occupied. And then over here, Looks like they also go over here somewhere. Let's see. Where's Lebanon? Okay, here's the border. They go in here, but then they go over here. Into this area? Cristofani Ridge. That seems like it would find it. Oops. Shoot. Cristofano. A Y. Lebanon. It's ridiculous. It's fucking traitors to humanity itself. What do you mean? No such place exists. Even though they put it on their fucking thing. Must be over here. Maybe here. Temporarily closed. Road temporarily closed. Oh, playground. Mini market. Death and destruction. Oh my god. So let's see, they come down here. Start making their way down this way. Litani River. She actually cuts up here too. That's right, I forgot about that. So they're following the Litani River over here on the east side of the river. Probably. Maybe leave a bridge standing for their own use at some point. I don't know. Freaking criminals. That seems to make sense though, like it's two moves. Go up that way, go that way. And then I guess as going up that way is also, it's pretty easy just to take this area over, it looks like, relatively. Probably along the way, I don't know. It seems hard to explain creating Greater Israel without it being just fucking disgusting. So I don't know how they like fully remove everyone and just do this to the scale that it seems possible by what they're doing without people like resisting more globally. Just keep it under wraps. I don't know. I mean, no one's talking about these pits. These no one talks about these pits. I even tell people about the pits. Like there's these pits, dude. Oh, this thing's so slow. Tell them about the pits. I show them the pits. I mean, it doesn't matter about telling them if I just show them the pits. I'm like, pit. No pit. June 2024. Pit. October 2023. No pit. June 2024. No pit. August 2021. Some digging has begun by May 2022. Pit, like, largely done, but then much more so October 2023. Like, they were just doing as far as they could in the meantime. And then, boom. Okay, I'm gonna just head out. Fuck it. Much love, peace. Do. And, dudes, like, can the world help this? Like, I'm fucking useless alone. Like, with this information, I'm like, how... I feel like this would stop them. If it came out what they were doing, they'd be like, oh, shit. How do we spin this? And they, like, actually would at least, like, pause their operations so rigorously. So I'm, like, sharing it all over the place and, like, dude, why is no one even being like, holy fucking shit, I've literally had one person say, wow, kind of thing. Like, dude, it's pits for mass fucking graves as we speak being dug and filled. Of a scale that's fucking ridiculous. All sorts of other things. These fucking things over here. I should find more. I was definitely thinking about it. I don't know if I can find like a list of where they are. Whoa. Okay, I was leaving. I guess I'll leave. Fine then. Fine then. Bye. Good luck, everyone out there. So many thoughts.